All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chachadash. Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to your elect, which we ought to be. Now, it's your brother Hawaii from GMS Chicago. Got a quick little lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and the Israelites who bear the shame of looking like heathens, whose spirit bear witness that they are a child of the Heavenly Father. And the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world English calls Jehovah God. And the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world English calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christos, or Yeshua, Yeshua, Yahweh. And pretty much this lesson is going into the assurance plan that the Lord is going to give to his elect. And the elect consists of 144,000, which consists of 12,000 men of each of the 12 tribes of Israel, the government body, and the 1/3 would consist of men, women, and children who believe, who are Israelites, and no matter how they look, and that believe in truth and spirit. You know what I'm saying? Both the bitter and the sweet of the scriptures. And I want to start off with Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. It says, "And Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." And when you go into that word mark, this mark is not the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? It's a sealing, a covering, a sign of the ones who hate this place, man. The scripture says that men of the Lord hated their lives. You know what I'm saying? Didn't like the state of the people. Didn't like the different afflictions. Never can seek peace. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you look, you see oppression. Because like it says in Ecclesiastes 7:7, why oppression makes a wise man mad, man. And we can see these things because the Lord opened up our eyes to all the filth of this place. You know, when you go into that word mark, it's the Hebrew word tawa. It's a tanawa, which means desire mark. It says mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much the Lord is setting you to the side so he won't destroy you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, of course, it's going to be some that's going to be martyrs that's going to die for this truth. But the thing is that they dying for the truth's sake. You know what I'm saying? They're not denouncing the Lord, you know. But when it comes down to 2/3, when they die and stuff, hey, their very lives shows that they denounce the Lord, because yet they won't get themselves together, you know. They want to do it on their own time and stuff, and not knowing that hey, it's high time to wake out of sleep. You know what I'm saying? For those who do know the scriptures a little bit and stuff, who still believe and straddling the fence, hey, it's time to get yourself together and stuff, because by the time you want to get yourself together on your own time, it's gonna be too late, and you ain't gonna have this mark right here. You want the mark, the tawa, to be exempt from judgment, so the Lord can have you, so He can protect you in Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? But the only ones who's gonna be available to this assurance plan is the elect, which we hope to be. This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 12. It says, "Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter." You know what I'm saying? That's talking about 2/3 of our people, man. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get slaughtered out here. You got Project Megiddo, you got Rex 84, the Rex 84 plan, and you got the King Alfred plan. You know what I'm saying? Which really is set up just to go against you Negroes, Latinos, and Natives. You know? You know? Esau, Edom, you know what I'm saying, has a perpetual hatred against us according to Ezekiel 35:5. You know what I'm saying? And he wants to fulfill that lust. Because according to Revelations 12:12, it goes into how, actually, I'll read now my scriptures. Bear with me. This is Revelations, so I won't be quoting it, but I got to set up on my phone a certain way, so I'm going to read out my scriptures. This is Revelations chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." You know what I'm saying? So hey, guess what? That great wrath with these UN troops. You know what I'm saying? You got different troops that's with already who already infiltrated as regular citizens that's within Americas right now. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 um, um, they gonna bring out martial law and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like the movie Bushwick. They gonna try to find a way to seize people guns and stuff. You know what I'm saying? People gonna retaliate and they gonna have the order to shoot on sight. You know what I'm saying? And 2/3 of our people won't even know. You know, their mind frame is that, oh yeah, when that happened, man. I wish a nigga would. Guess what? Your wish gonna come true, and those niggas gonna have better guns. You know what I'm saying? It says because when I called, ye did not answer. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says, "Seek the Lord while he may be found," and this is the time while you still get videos up on the internet, while you can still access the internet. You know, while you still can be able to see the men on the highways and the byways, and the men of the Lord I'm talking about is of Great Millstone and camps that preach the same exact doctrine as Great Millstone, because IUSPK, IUIC, you know what I'm saying? It could be some elect members in there and stuff, but the thing is that the Lord's going to have them come out of that, because those other groups outside of Great Millstone who don't preach the same exact doctrine as Great Millstone, hey, they going off, you know, you know. It says, It says because when I called, ye did not answer. So hey, while we still out there on the highways and the byways, you know what I'm saying, while we still able to put up videos and stuff, you know what I'm saying, it's a time where you able to find the Lord and stuff, But if you don't take the time, you want to do it later, putting off from day to day, hey, the Lord's gonna find destruction in your security, man. And that destruction is when martial law comes, when things start popping off, when shit hits the fan, you know. It says, when I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. You know what I'm saying? Following the ways of the world. The Lord said in first John, he said in First John 2:15, it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And we want the love of the Father because we understand that he's all power, that he created all things and stuff. You want somebody that has all power. I mean, who never, if you build up a team, who never want a strong person on their team? You know what I'm saying? Well, we want to be, we all weaklings and stuff, and we need to be on the team of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing the things of the world and stuff, you're not going to be on this team. It says, verse 16, 1 John 2:16, it says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. You know what I'm saying? And according to Job 9:24, it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Well, we know who he is. You know what I'm saying? We know who's covering the judges, the faces of the judges, who putting up their images and stuff and trying to hide the true image of the Most High and the Heavenly Son and the chosen line. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked and stuff, and they taught you ways for your ruin, man. They taught you a death style. You Negroes, Latinos, or natives. Esau, Edom, the red man, he taught you a death style. A way to keep you underneath subjection, underneath him, and that's to do wickedness, to do the things that you won't receive the love of the Father for. And I'm gonna skip to James chapter 4. This is James chapter 4 verse 4. Because all this is gonna have you be appointed to the slaughter. This is James chapter 4 verse 4. It says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Who's and then when you go into that word enmity, it means hatred and opposition. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a friend of the world, you know what I'm saying. If you have friendship with this world, you don't want to let go of smoking. You don't want to let go of committing adultery. You don't want to let go of doing the things and abominations of the heathens and being enticed with their ways and leaving off from it and coming back to your heritage. That means you got a friendship. So that means that you're gonna fight for it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find whatever reason and stuff to still do that wickedness. Why? Because you're a friend of it. So therefore you making yourself a op against the Lord. And the thing is that you ain't gonna be able to roll down on the Lord and stuff, grab your partners and get in the car and spray the block up. The Lord gonna spray you down and you'll never see it. The Lord can have you just commit suicide, and guess what? That's the Lord rolling on you. you know. It says, whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High. And this is why people are going to be appointed to the slaughter. That's why mass death is going to come. Why? Because 2/3 of Israel, majority of our people and stuff are going to be slaughtered and destroyed. Man, woman, and child. Why is that? Because they don't want to come back to their heritage. It says in Second Ezra 1:27, it says, "You not have forsaken me, but forsaken your own selves." Why is that? Because we have power with Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. He's with us when we don't commit iniquity, man. You know what I'm saying? But the majority of our people love iniquity. You got that old saying, like then it was this Ephraimite working on one of these temp jobs and stuff. He was like, if eating pork is bad, I don't want to be right, or something like that. Yeah, it's something like that and stuff. You know, uh, 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 uh and it's gonna get people killed because they love to do the things of their flesh, man. You know, verse 13, Isaiah 65:12. I'll read it again. It says, "Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter." It says, "Because when I called, ye did not answer." That calling is the men of the Lord on the highways and byways. The word church actually means to call out. You know what I'm saying? But these churches that's within every single block, every single corner and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Multiple churches within these in these neighborhoods and stuff, they're not giving you the real message. You know what I'm saying? They're paid off. They underneath a 501c3 charter where they licensed to teach you certain things. If they start actually telling the truth, guess what's going to happen? They're going to lose their exemption of having to pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? They're going to lose their status and how they're being looked upon. They're going to lose their churches. They're going to lose their job of being a reverend, because you got to teach lies just to keep getting that money, man. Scripture says that we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. These churches is one of Satan's devices, because what is Satan's job to do? To deceive. You know what I'm saying? So you got these churches out here to give you smooth things. You know what I'm saying? Give you things that sound good to the ears. To teach you how merciful the Lord is, but not teach you how to fear the Lord the correct way. What to do, how to actually worship Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. You know what I'm saying? They still calling on Jehovah and Jesus, man. Those ain't the real names. Scripture says in Malachi 1:14 that the name of the Lord is dreadful amongst the heathens, but everybody can say Jehovah. Everybody can call on Jesus and have faith in that name and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that can't be the name, because the heathen's supposed to fear it, man. Because dread means to fear. But none of these heathens fear Jehovah and Jesus. So how could it be the names? Letter J wasn't created until 1634. Whatever name that you had, you know what I'm saying? Say if your name is John and stuff, and then somebody just later on start calling you Alfred, are you going to turn around? Are you going to reply? They seeking for John to turn. They seeking for John to turn around and stuff, but they calling you Alfred. You're not going to turn around. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't the Lord's real name. The real name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? And the real name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai. And those are the two names, one of the main keys that you need to have just so you can receive salvation on the first go around. It says, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear. And what's the mouthpiece of the Lord? What's are the prophets, man? The prophets. Prophets means to say before, meaning to give warning. Let you know what's gonna happen. Let you know what's gonna go down, man. You know, it says, but did evil before my eyes and did choose that wherein I delighted not. And it also says in Matthew 20, the 24th chapter, that this word shall be preached to the four corners of the earth. So guess what? A lot of people that don't want to get right now and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and endure to the end within that same mind frame of getting right, hoping to be saved, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get destroyed. You're not going to have a cloak for your sins. You know what I'm saying? Why is that? Because you don't want to repent. You know, a lot of people are going to try to repent when things get bad because they don't have that because you got that old saying, seeing is believing. If the Lord ain't open your eyes spiritually to see that what's written in the scriptures is actually come to pass, the only seeing is believing you gonna see is the carnal way. And if you gotta see it the carnal way and stuff, it's gonna be too late for you. You know. Verse 13. It says, therefore, I'll read this last part in verse 12. It says, but did evil before my eyes and did choose that wherein I delighted not. And it also says in Matthew 24, like in the days of Noah, they was eating, drinking, and getting into marriage. Now, ain't nothing wrong with drinking, you know what I'm saying? But people doing it every day, you know. People are doing their lust every day, committing adultery every day, you know what I'm saying? It also says in the book of Second Esdras in the Apocrypha that evil shall increase, and these are these evils. When it came down to Noah prophesied for 100 some years and stuff, and guess what? They didn't want to believe Noah. All they knew was the dew of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And that's what watered the earth. You know. So when Noah said it was gonna rain, and they never seen it in how many years and millennials, they was like, you a fool. That stuff it wasn't created already and stuff, and we don't see it already. So guess what? That's something that you just making up. And then when the Lord had him prepare the ark, it was just for him and his family, which was 8 souls, and the Lord had saved more animals than he did humans. You know, than the ones that he created to have dominion over the animals. The Lord saved more animals than people, man, and only 8 souls. You know, and flood them all down. So what's that newly fire? The new rain. You know what I'm saying? This place is going to get destroyed just like Solomon to Gomorrah, fire and brimstone. You know, and one of those, the missiles. These other countries ain't building them up for no reason. You know, they show you that in the movie Terminator Judgment Day, and I believe it's the third one. Number 3 means understanding, man. Understand that that the Lord's going to take this place out with fire, like He said. The rainbow is a covenant that the Lord would no longer. It's a covenant that He made with Abraham that He'll no longer destroy this place by water. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is going to destroy this place by fire. You know what I'm saying? The lake of fire. You know. Verse 13, it says, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh power. It says, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. You know what I'm saying? It says, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Because the elect are not going to have, no, so like 2/3 of Israel is not going to have this insurance plan. The insurance plans is Dawah. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, if you do these things, you shall never fail. So guess what? The Lord's going to keep His end of the bargain. You know what I'm saying? His end of the bargain is that if you follow me, be the gods that I had created you to be, you know what I'm saying? And to do within godly ways, you know what I'm saying? And follow my ways to the best of your ability and stuff, you shall never fail. So part of that assurance plan of not failing is when Jacob's trouble come, to be able to eat. You know what I'm saying? To have hedge and protections when it come down to wild animals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? to be safe when it come down to cannibalism, to have the spirit in your mind. This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 21. It says, "And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left." And the thing is that it's going to be nothing but different distractions out here and stuff. People are going to be plotting. You know what I'm saying? But their plots is going to be so serious that it's going to be a life and death situation. Whoever falls victim to it. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that the Spirit's going to be working with us. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said He was going to give us another comforter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the angels are going to minister unto us just like they ministered unto Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? After he fought off Satan with the scriptures, you know, you know. So hey, we gonna have a guide in that time, man. We gonna have a sure guide, man. Like it says in Romans 15:4, things written aforetime was written for our learning. The different stories that the prophets of old had went through and stuff, and used wisdom and leaned upon Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, they was safe. You know, that's that insurance, man. And don't think that it ain't gonna be no times where you might get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Some men of the Lord are gonna have to get into fights and stuff, but they gonna win those fights, or they might lose those fights. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is gonna make sure they still stay alive. You know, for the ones whose lot it is to stay alive to see how Shai crack them clouds. And then for the martyrs and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They gonna endure to the end. You know, they gonna be put to death, get their head chopped off with a guillotine. You know what I'm saying? And they enduring to the end, man. Verse 14. Yeah, right. So when it come down to 2/3 and stuff, you ain't you gonna be able to eat for a while for whatever you steal from this, that, and the third and stuff. But the Lord is gonna make sure your demise come. Why? Because you're not underneath this insurance plan. You ain't get it while it was available. You know what I'm saying? You fell underneath the scam of Esau's insurance plan. He's saying he's gonna protect you and stuff. He pretty much like one of those mob bosses where they come around your store because they know that you make good money or it's good territory, so they can sell their drugs or do their business. You know what I'm saying? And what do? They scare you into buying whatever they talking about and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then buy their insurance. They scare you to buy their insurance and stuff. And then why they making money off you that you don't want. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you ever seen something like that and stuff, that's pretty much what it is. Esau has scared you 2/3 of Israel into a plan that you never wanted and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's not beneficial for you and stuff. And the thing is that he's not gonna protect you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna turn your back on you. You know what I'm saying? And you will see it. You will see it. This is Joel chapter 5 verse 19. It says. It says, He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, because it's going to be a great famine in this place. You know what I'm saying? Like the great famine of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? 70 years. You got DHS not making it public. You know what I'm saying? Uh, or not repeatedly putting out the message saying that people need to prepare to be 6 months without electricity. You know what I'm saying? It says, but the Lord gonna have us good, man. You know what I'm saying? The 2/3 are gonna be out of their mind. They're gonna be freaking out like people off fifth wave. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, it's gonna be horrible out here. This is what's gonna bring cannibalism. You know what I'm saying? No food. You got the trucks. You got different trucks that deliver like different parts and foods and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They closing down, so you got nobody to transfer the food from the docks all the way to the grocery stores. You know what I'm saying? You got Donald Trump putting all these sanctions on these people where pretty much the toes are breaking up. NATO, the EU, all of them are breaking up and stuff, and there's no longer that alliance. You know what I'm saying? We get a lot of food from other countries. Yeah, we get a lot of parts from different countries. things we need from different countries. And if there's no alliance, they're not going to want to do business. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't going to be no food. You got Donald Trump really caring about building up that wall just to keep people in. So we're pretty much going to be sitting in a big bowl. So when things just mess up, you know what I'm saying? When shit hits the fan and stuff, they going to be sitting in their bunkers watching on TV and stuff. Everybody killing and shooting each other and stuff, just like in the movie The Purge, you know? But this is gonna go on for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Maybe for a couple of years. Don't quote me on it, but it's gonna be some years. It's not gonna be one day. It's not gonna be 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a long time because the Lord said, "Will He find faith upon the earth?" You know what I'm saying? So it ain't finna be just no horrific one day. It's gonna be a stretched out amount of time when this go down, man. You know. You know. And even from Mexico, we get a lot of fruits and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? So if Donald Trump is cutting everything off, guess what? He gonna be good. He gonna have stuff stored up in his bunker and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else is gonna be shit out of luck. You know. Verse Back in verse 20 it says, "In famine he shall redeem thee from death." Because the Lord is going to feed his elect. You know what I'm saying? Now, it don't mean that we just going to be plattered with just food and stuff because, hey, it's still going to be a temptation. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, we going to be able to eat. It's going to be certain things that we going to be able to come across and stuff. Somebody might recognize us and want to give a cold cup of water. You know what I'm saying? If we be of the elect, you know what I'm saying? And what's going to happen? They're gonna feed us for what they have. You might run into one of these doomsday preppers and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and just want to help people out and stuff. And next thing you know, you got something to eat until the Lord telling you to move on again, you know. You know, uh, you can come across you come across something and stuff, you know what I'm saying? The spirit tell you to look around, and the next you find yourself in a small area where some food at, you know what I'm saying? Like in the movie Holes, when they had ran across them lizards and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and they saw them onions, hey, they had something they was able to eat, you know? They had something that they was able to eat, and the Lord can do it like that. Even in the movie The Road, they ran across that bunker. You know what I'm saying? They surviving with what little they had, you know, and they ran across that bunker, and they was able to just eat like how everything is convenient right now, in a destructive time. It says, "In war from the power of the sword." You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Lord could have it where people shooting at you and stuff. You probably got bullet holes in your chest and whatnot, but you ain't leaking. Ain't nothing pierced you. You know what I'm saying? Have it where people shooting and stuff, and all you hear is bullets flying past your ears, but you ain't getting hit. You know, it says, "Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh." It says, "At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh." So we gonna be laughing. You know, we're gonna be laughing. The Lord is desensitizing the men of the Lord already when it come down to the bloodshed and stuff. People getting shot every day and stuff. Seeing patches of blood on the ground and stuff. People laid out. Hey, the scriptures talk about in the book of Jeremiah how people gonna be laid out upon the earth. You know what I'm saying? From being put to death and stuff. Like dung like dung, man. Like how you can see that goose, like when you go into like parks or something, or where them geese be, and you see them shit all over the place. That's gonna be people's bodies, man. All in the grass, all on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Especially around the beach. You know what I'm saying? Where they just shit everywhere. That's how people gonna be, man. And the men of the Lord are gonna laugh. It's gonna be something that's gonna be funny. Because it's like, hey, we told you. That this was gonna happen. You know. It says, "Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth." Why? Because it's going to tell you, verse 23, it says, "For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field." You know what I'm saying? Camouflage. The Lord can tell you to slide in these bushes. You know what I'm saying? It'll tell you slide in these bushes and stuff, and You say because it's going to be a persecution on Israel again, and what's going to happen? You're going to have these going back to the Revelations 12:12. He knows that he only have a short time, so he's gonna come down with great wrath. These Edomites gonna come down and stuff with their new weapons and whatnot and stuff. Really seeking out the men of the Lord who stand on the highways and the byways and stuff, giving people warning of what they need to do, so the Lord won't destroy them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Who's prophesying the downfall of this kingdom and stuff. He's gonna be really looking for them, putting bounties upon our heads and stuff, just so if we in hiding and stuff, somebody will rat us out for some cash, you know. Uh, uh, Lord tell you to hide in the bushes and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you got those bloodhounds. Bloodhounds have 500 billion nose perceptors in their nose, you know what I'm saying? That's why they usually use, you know what I'm saying, to track down people who like ran away or certain prisoners and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, and you can see the dog like right in your face and stuff, and the Lord tell you not to move and stuff, and he can't smell nothing, or he can't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? It says it says in the beast, or you could sit up here and just ask the Lord. It's like, man, let the ground cave in and stuff on them. You know what I'm saying? And then next they come across a sinkhole, or the ground just collapse. You know what I'm saying? It says it says, and the beast of the field shall be at peace with thee. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, the scripture says in Second Esdras, uh, hold on, Salakia, bear with me. This is Second Esdras in Apocrypha, chapter 5, verse 8. It says, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be often sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and mistress women shall bring forth monsters. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, a lot of these animals and stuff, their habitations are getting destroyed because Esau is forever trying to build up some type of business and stuff, you know, pushing them away from their habitation and stuff because their food is looking for another place to live. So the predators and stuff are coming into the cities, and they show you that in I Am Legend in the beginning of the movie when and when it was just Will Smith and his dog and stuff, he over there surviving those little monsters and stuff represents cannibals. You know what I'm saying? And cannibals would just eat regular, just right off the back, you know, and without preparations and stuff. You know what I'm saying? How you had the deer that was all in the cities and stuff, and then the lion came out. Why? Because they had to follow their food. You know what I'm saying? Just like how the Gadites, the Native American Indians, what did they do when it came down to the buffalo? They didn't just kill them all off like Esau and stuff. They show you that in Dances with Wolves. They killed off with what they needed and stuff, and then allowed the buffalo to migrate and stuff and be able to reproduce and stuff, so it could be a everlasting flow of money. I mean, not money, but food, man. And clothing and stuff, because buffalo hide will keep you warm. You know, but I don't know how I brought that up. So like, yeah, I lost train of thought. But hey, uh, you a whole herd of lions and stuff, you know what I'm saying, or some antelope or some buffalo just come up to you and stuff, and they just stand there waiting for you to kill it, you know, you know. It can be a little dog and stuff that just come out of nowhere and stuff, and it's trying to get you to follow it. Dogs ain't gonna do that normally. Dogs ain't gonna do that. It's gonna be a dog that's gonna try to get you to get you out them jams. You know what I'm saying? Probably might be a companion and stuff to keep you safe. Spirit tell you it's like keep this dog around you and stuff. You know, you're gonna have animals bringing you like when it came down to Elijah. Elijah is uh, oh yeah, when it came down to Elijah, what ended up happening? He had ravens feed him food, man. You know what I'm saying? That's in league with the beasts of the field. That's actually spiritual powers. You know what I'm saying? What's the man name? Aquaman. You know, but just not just the animals of the water, but also the animals of the air and of the fields, man. You know. And another one was when it came down to Daniel's being in the lion's den, how the king had held back for 2 days held back food from the lions for 2 days just so they can that much more want to devour Daniel and stuff because they ain't had nothing to eat and yet they was cool. That's in league with the beasts of the field, man. Animals that's looking for food, hungry, hear their stomach growling and stuff, but yet they not even looking at you to smash, man. They not even trying to eat you, man. You know, you know, and this is all the insurance plan of the elect. You know, this is Isaiah chapter 3 verse 10. It says, "Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings." You know what I'm saying? So hey, what you reap, well, no, what you sow is what you reap. If you doing this word and stuff, you know what I'm saying, then guess what? You making your assurance plan sure. You know what I'm saying, where it won't be broken. You know, that's why you don't even want to be lukewarm and stuff because there's at any given moment and stuff you gonna fall off that gate like the elder apostle Tahar always say, straddling the fence. You on top of the fence, you trying to keep your balance and stuff instead of just being on one side playing around. You gonna fuck around and fall. But what side are you gonna fall on? If you fall on the side of being cold, guess what's gonna happen? That plan is done, man. You know, who to say that you'll be a prodigal son where the Lord is gonna bring you back? You know, you know, So if we continue to do, the scripture says that he that sow bountifully shall reap bountifully. He that soweth sparingly shall reap sparingly. We looking to sow bountifully, man. So guess what? The more you do, the more the assurance plan is gonna stay, man. You know. It says, verse 11, it says, "Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him." So you reap what you sow, like it says in Galatians 6, verse 7 through 8, man. You know, I'm gonna grab that. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. It says, "Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." And of course, it say man, but it's talking about women as well. And I'm gonna bring out the scripture that proves that it's talking about women as well. Verse 8, it says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption." You know what I'm saying? And that's not what the Lord wants us to work hard for. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to work hard for him because we're his servants. Servants are going to do what their master told them, to follow the law, statutes, commandments, keep them to the best of their ability, man. You know what I'm saying? Fight to get out of these bad habits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we won't be consumed underneath them. And it says, "But he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting." You know what I'm saying? And part of that life after everlasting is gonna be the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause within this plan we get benefits. What is the benefits? The protection of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, having this word to be able to maneuver and stuff, being around the being around Salakia. Being around that power source, man, and just to prove that it's just because it say he, you know what I'm saying, it's talking about women too. This is Second Chronicles 15:12. It says, "And they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord power of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul," which is also the first greatest commandment, which is in Matthew 22:37. It's in verse 13. It says that whosoever would not seek the Lord power of Israel should be put to death. So if you're not seeking the Lord, then that means you don't want this assurance plan that he'll give you if you do what he say. It says, whether small or great, whether man or woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's talking about gender, so it can also mean kids too. There's no age range. A lot of children get put to death. Why? Because their deeds are evil. You know what I'm saying? They deeds are evil because their parents' deeds is evil. You know what I'm saying? They don't follow. They because children, all they when they're born and stuff, all they can do is be taught. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, like it says in Leviticus 18 and 21, it says, "Put not your child through the fire." You know what I'm saying? Putting your child through the fire. If you put your child through a fire, what's going to happen? Your child is going to die. So when it comes down to you people, when it comes down to trying to keep Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day, Martin Luther King Day, Black Friday, Black History Month, and all that crap. You know what I'm saying? Labor Day and stuff. When you lean upon those things and stuff, then guess what? Your children's gonna learn these things. They're gonna you teaching them the ways of the world because you're in the world. So guess what? You're destroying your child spiritually. You know. You know. It says back in verse 11. Verse 10 again. It says, "Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him." They're going to be underneath the insurance plan. It says, "For they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him." You know what I'm saying? So, hey, both man and woman, you know what I'm saying? We understand that the woman is the weaker vessel and stuff, but the thing is that the Lord's going to put in their spirits to get certain things right. You know what I'm saying? You know, and a woman's going to be around a man of the Lord in that day. Because according to Isaiah 4:1, women going to be looking and seeking to be called by a man of the Lord's name. You know what I'm saying? Which is going to be through marriage, which is sex. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be certain women and stuff who's going to be widows, but a lot of you women are not going to be considered widows. It's not going to even happen that way and stuff because the Lord is not going to put it in your spirit to do that. Only certain women and stuff that the Lord has that's going to be seeking after Him are going to be widows. You know what I'm saying? You know. And then it's gonna also be it's gonna be some women and stuff because the scripture also talks about how a lot of men gonna be put to death. They're gonna be carried away by secret services or whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? To go fight in the army because they numbers are low. And a lot of people ain't meeting the criteria when it comes down to the requirements of being in the army. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, 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 Army, Air Force, Marines, Special Forces, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, a lot of men gonna be put to death and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says about how the young women shall cry without a help because a lot of these young women don't know how to cook, clean, listen. They don't know how to do jack, so they're gonna be looking for somebody to help them. You know, uh, you might have older women around you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they just being around to teach the younger women how to be subjection onto you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 who will be widows. I mean, it depends on how the Lord has it. You know what I'm saying? This is Second Peter chapter 2 verse 9. It says the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations. Oh, and Salakia, another thing about when it comes down to the women and their husbands being killed or being sent off into the army, one of the main things is that a lot of those women and stuff are gonna have children, this, that, and the third and stuff, and they're gonna be seeking protection. But they only gonna run into a man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and then man of the Lord is not gonna be just somebody who just ladder down with just all this. With all this food, this, that, and the third, a man of the Lord is going to be somebody who's being protected by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, who's going to be underneath that insurance plan. You know what I'm saying? Scriptures talk about in Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, how they shall cast the elect that are the ones that fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Out of their houses, man. You know what I'm saying? Then shall you know who am I chosen. When these things come a pass for all the things that would tell you that it's going to be ravishing of women, it's going to be ravishing of men, it's going to be all hell out here and stuff. You know what I'm saying? People that's into child pedophilia, they're going to be able to dwell upon their lust. You know what I'm saying? Them old men or old women that want to give your kids, that's taking a real liking into your children and stuff. Hey, guess what's going to happen? Them going to be more than likely the ones that's going to be able to do they sick things and stuff because hey, your children gonna be used as bargaining chips. You know what I'm saying? You know, prostitution is finna be on a all time high. Women are doing it anyways and stuff, whether you receive it or not. You know what I'm saying? You know, women aren't going to be used, you know what I'm saying, to lay snares and traps, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's gonna be all types of hell out here and stuff. And the thing is that for the ones that don't believe that these things are gonna happen, who gotta actually see it, hey, guess what? You're gonna know that a prophet has been among you. And that's what the scripture says in Ezekiel 33 and 33. You know, go check it out for yourself, you know. All right, Second Peter 2 and 9, it says, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations. It says, and reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. You know what I'm saying? You know, so hey, if you want to be a friend of the world, the Lord is going to reserve you to your destruction. He knows when your he knows when your path ends. You know, a lot of you are going to be put to death in Jacob's trouble. A lot of y'all going to be yeah, in Jacob's trouble when martial law come, when somebody telling you you can't get your cigarettes and stuff, or you don't have the right identification to show that you coming for work, so you just outside, but you trying to fight against the martial law policemen and stuff. Hey, they will tell you to shoot because in that movie, I mean, tell them to shoot because when it come down to that movie Bushwick, they really thought if in your constitution you saying we have the right to bear arms, but you trying to take my firearms away from me and stuff, people are going to retaliate. People are going to shoot, you know what I'm saying? Because they're going to feel threatened, you know, that their rights are being overthrown, you know. And the Constitution ain't for you Negroes, Latinos, and Natives. It's for Edomites only, you know. You know. This is Luke chapter 21, chapter 6, verse 21. It says, blessed are ye that hunger now, you know what I'm saying? For ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. You know what I'm saying? So hey, us that's going to the this trouble, because like it says in Acts 14:22, it says through much tribulation. Actually, I'm gonna grab this right quick. This is Acts chapter 14, verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So for the ones that's going through the spiritual fire, like it says in Second Peter's, I don't know, Sirach, or Ecclesiastes in Apocrypha chapter 2 verse 5, it says, for gold is tried in the fire and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we're gonna be tried, man. You know, we gonna go through these different temptations and stuff, trying to say he gonna be trying to see if he can break us and stuff, you know, and try to get us to fall off the good fight of faith. You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't go through all these different tribulations and stuff, you know what I'm saying, but it's just building us up, you know what I'm saying. So when that day come, and guess what, we're gonna be the ones who's gonna be in the know. We're gonna know how to do this and do that and stuff, you know what I'm saying. The Lord said that we shall increase knowledge, man, and we in an information day and age right now in 2019. We people are getting smarter now, you know what I'm saying. You can learn anything off YouTube, you know. And even if you don't got YouTube or this, that, and the third, Lord just put in your spirit to know how to do something, you know, like in the movie The Matrix, how they was able to get the download to learn how to fight. In the book of Psalms 144, imagine that. Call all you like about your Yahshua. King David asked the Lord to teach his hands how to war, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, King David was able to take down many. You know, his 10,000 against Saul's 1,000, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, King David, all he did was take care of sheep. You know what I'm saying? You know, and all he did was take down Goliath with a slingshot, man. You know, a weapon that Gad uses too. You know what I'm saying? They put the rock in the sack, swing it around, and let it loose. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, the Lord can have it where out of nowhere and stuff, you know, Taekwondo. You know what I'm saying? You know, you over there doing a machine gun kick like Lee off Tekken, man. You know, something just come to mind, you do it. You know, the Lord can have it that way. This is Psalms chapter 34, verse 7. It says, the angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him and deliver them. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, everybody who believes in this truth and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Hoping to be the elect and do the things that they supposed to do and stuff. Hey, guess what? We got angels that's around us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you could receive what a chariot looks like, you know what I'm saying? They twinkle, you know what I'm saying? They don't blink or nothing, they don't flash, but they be in the skies, man. You know, cause you got that song, "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, How I Wonder What You Are." If you already laboring it to be a star and stuff, but yet it's doing something that's outside a star's characteristics, and guess what? That was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, How I Wonder What You Are was actually a song about the chariots, man. You know, it's a childhood song and stuff, but the thing is, it's about the chariots and stuff because stars don't twinkle. You know what I'm saying? They're balls of burning gas, man. You know what I'm saying? And then they just stay lit. You know, they don't twinkle. They don't change colors. You know what I'm saying? That's what chariots do. You know, So even right now, it could be Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? It could be while I'm doing this sit down. It could be angels sitting on the couch just applaud at what I'm doing right now. It's verse 8. It says, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord Yahweh is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him." You know what I'm saying? It says, "Oh, fear the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him." You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I mean, it's plain, man. Hey, the fear of the Lord is beginning of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? The fear of the Lord is beginning of cleaving onto him. You know what I'm saying? Holding those legs like a child that don't want their father to go out to work. You know what I'm saying? Telling them, "Daddy, stay home, don't go." You know, hey, that's what you do that. You do that and stuff. You lean onto the Lord. You cleave onto him and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And doing all that you can to not depart away. You know, pretty much like how in the movie X-Men when you had Magneto when he was he was separated from his mother and his father and stuff, and his powers kicked in and stuff where he didn't want to go. Hey, that's how you gotta be when it come down to the Lord. The thing is that Satan is gonna be the dude, the police officer that come around and try to knock you out and stuff. But the thing is that with you having that strong faith and leaning onto the Lord, you know what I'm saying, your power is gonna stay in contact, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be able to knock you out. So they can pull you off away from your parents, which is Yahweh Shem outside. You know, you know. So if you do the right things and stuff, you know what I'm saying, guess what? The Lord will make a change in your life. You know what I'm saying? He'll improve you. You know what I'm saying? He'll get you away from these bad habits and stuff. The only thing is that you actually got to put in the work. You got to show the Lord that you want it. You can't just be wanting it, but yet not doing anything. You got to put in the work to show him, it's like, guess what? Whatever your bad habits is and stuff that's going off according to the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, if you start taking time to be like, you know what, I'm gonna fight to get to not do it one day, a whole day, you know what I'm saying, then it turns to 2 days, then 3 days, then 4 days, and then down the line you're gonna find yourself not doing it anymore. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? That means that the Lord heard your prayers, you know what I'm saying, and he blessed you to get out that bad habit. You know? Hey, the scriptures always talk about how we got to fight to do these things and stuff. You know what I'm saying? What person is praying to the Lord that they win this fight, but they not throwing no punches? You know what I'm saying? That don't make any sense. You know? You got to do something too. Like to serve the Lord, you got to do what he say. You know what I'm saying? How you expect a blessing and stuff, but you won't do what he say. It's simple. This is my last scripture. This second Esdras in Apocrypha chapter 2 verse 27. It says, "Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance." You know what I'm saying? These people gonna be crying out here, man. You know, These women out here and stuff that be passing dudes up and stuff, you know, who are 2/3 and stuff, you know, they gonna be out there, please, 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 have a heart, have a heart. You supposed to be merciful. You supposed to be this, that, and third. When they ravenous wolves on the inside, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they gonna be crying out here, man. You know, they gonna be sad out here. Hey, the scripture says that the mighty men shall weep like women, man. You know, roughly paraphrasing. It's gonna be guys out here that been going to the gym for years, swole. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna be out here scared, screaming they wigs off. You know, like in the cartoons when somebody's like real scared and they screaming at the top of their lungs that their hair like pop off their heads and stuff. That's how these swole guys gonna be and stuff, because that's how scary it's gonna be, man. You know, because it's not about being the strongest and stuff physically. It's about maintaining your strength spiritually, man. You know, spiritually with y'all about y'all shot. You know, because when you read Psalms 33 and stuff, carnal things is not going to deliver you out of trouble. Now the Lord can use it where He could use these carnal things to get out that jam. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know that's not gonna if you lean, the scripture says in Jeremiah 17:5, cursed be the man that trusted in man and maketh flesh his arm. So if you lean upon your own self, and that's your power of uh, 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 leaning to your own understanding and leaning to your own body strength, and that's your power to get you out of certain jams, you will lose. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, uh, um, there's a TV show called I Love New York, and you had this dude called Tank. Now Tank was like one of the swole ones and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he had got a splinter, and he was complaining like somebody cut his arm off, man. You know, and he just this big swole dude crying his ass off. So guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna be the same way with these swole dudes. They gonna see something that's gonna be so fearful. It also says in Luke the 22nd chapter, no, the 21st chapter, that people Salakia. Let me see if I can find it. People are gonna that their heart shall fail them. And what's that? There's heart attacks. Or heart attacks. Or heart attacks. Just God. This is Luke chapter 21 verse 26. It says men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. You know what I'm saying? So men's hearts going to fail them. And if women are the weaker vessel and stuff, you already know they're going to be scared. You know, they going to be scared out of their mind. You know, imagine you in your crib and stuff, you hear glass breaking, guns blowing, you know what I'm saying? You hearing people crying and screaming, looking for help, this, that, and the third and stuff, and then in a quick split second they get put to silence. When it comes down to a baby crying and stuff, a baby is gonna keep crying and keep crying. It's not gonna shut up, it's not gonna be quiet. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's gonna be crying and stuff, and what's gonna happen? That baby gonna get put to silence like a snap of the finger, and that's how you know that baby got put to death. You know what I'm saying? You know, killed. You know, and that's gonna happen. It's gonna be mass death out here. You know, thus saith the Lord. Um, all right, this second Ezra chapter 2 verse 26. It says, "As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I required them from among thy number." It says, "Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh," Jacob's trouble, "others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance." It says, the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. It says, "My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell." You know what I'm saying? It says, "Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord." You know, So the Lord is gonna save His elect, even if they face with death. You know, because even when it comes down to some that's going to try to kill us, you know what I'm saying, toss us into concentration camps and whatnot, guess what's going to happen? Hey, we still going to be good. The Lord, here it is. You had when it came down Apostle Paul when he was locked up. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, the Lord put the spirit upon one of the soldiers. You know what I'm saying? To be like, I'll free you right now. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you go. You know, there's it's a show called Dominici or something like that. The second season. You know, Master Bell. You know what I'm saying? Whatever his name is and stuff. Pretty much, you had his little helper and stuff, and I forget her name, but she was locked up, you know what I'm saying? And one of the soldiers that was supposed to be the guard within that familiar and stuff, what he do? He tossed the keys into the jail cell so she could free herself. Hey, that can happen for real. You know? You know? What is that deliverance? That's the Lord delivering you out of that situation. You know? Lord can have one of the soldiers help you out. Or even if you ever seen the TV show called Aang the Avatar, the Last Airbender. You know what I'm saying? And when you had the Dragon of the West, I think that was his nickname, which was Zuko's uncle of the Fire Nation and stuff. When he got locked up, you know what I'm saying? When he got locked up and whatnot, you had that lady that was making sure that he was well fed. You know what I'm saying? You know, and she was a guard to keep him imprisoned. You know, that's deliverance. You know, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in the army who actually do believe. So when they see a man of the Lord and stuff, they gonna help, and that's gonna be their cold cup of water. You know what I'm saying? Helping a prophet out to receive a prophet's reward. You know, um, uh, it's or going AWOL or disbanding their positions and stuff just so they could protect you. Like the deliverance of the Lord is going to be so cold in so many ways and stuff. There's not really it, we don't know how it's going to happen. Hey, the Lord works in mysterious ways, miraculous ways. You know, hey, the Lord gonna show. He gonna show it. You know, he gonna show that he with you. You know, you just gotta believe. Like Neo, he had to believe. You know, and part of prophecy is to see some with spiritual powers. You know, don't be surprised where somebody in your family is gonna be able to move some heavy shit out the way, and they don't have the muscle that shows that they can move these things out the way. You know, uh, 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 putting their hand, it's gonna be healing. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the Lord gonna tell you to go heal this person and that person and stuff. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be getting their legs back out of thin air. People gonna be able to see again. People that's been dealing with illnesses all their lives gonna be cleared. For the scripture says for the for how Yahweh Shai did miraculous things, well, we shall do greater than that, man. You know, Yahweh Shai was able to make two fishes and one loaf of bread be a loaf of bread to be able to feed many. You know what I'm saying? We'll have the elect will have that power as well. You know, the Lord put in your mind to make this left, make this right, keep going straight, stop right here, wait for 2 seconds, start walking again, whatever, or however you do it and stuff, right? And he could be leading you to some food. The scripture says in Proverbs 20:24, it says, "Man's goings are the Lord, so how can a man understand his own way?" The thing is that the Lord can lead you. You know what I'm saying? You hear this like, make this left, make this right, go here, go there. You know what I'm saying? But understand that Satan can sit up here and mess with you too. But if you're strong in the spirit and stuff, you're gonna be able to notice when it's Satan trying to send you off, and when the Spirit is leading you the right way, and then next thing you know, uh, 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 next thing you know, you come across some food. You know, you recognize something, and it's some food. You know, you ain't eating like 2 3 days and stuff, and you think you finna fall, and then next you know, the Lord just give you a whole banquet of something you can eat. You know, and don't mean to ramble too much, but I hope this video was edifying. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachachodash. Double honors to apostles of great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we ought to be. Shalom and a Bob of all.